So in today's video we're going to talk about driver, and in particular we're going to be answering one of the popular questions that I get, which is how do you stay down and still hit the driver? There's one thing that you're going to have to do differently between staying down with an iron and staying down with the driver. Now, in yesterday's video I talked about the irons, and what I basically said to you guys, and I'll summarize it very briefly, is I said, look, a real simple drill: grab yourself a couple of alignment sticks, place one through the target line if you like, and then place another one perpendicular. So essentially you create like a crisscross of boxes, okay? And what I said is, as you get set up for a right-handed golfer, I've got a top left box, a top right box, a bottom left box, and a bottom right box. And what I basically said is, look, when you start the downswing and you're trying to get this feeling of turning and staying down over the ball, the feeling that you're going to have to get is that your chest and your belt buckle are both pointing down into the bottom left quadrant. So it's almost like they're pointing down towards my my lead foot position. And what this does is this gives me chest rotation as I start the downswing, and it gives me the ability to keep turning and staying over the golf ball. We need that. So if I stood from this perspective for a moment, what I'm basically saying is we need to move like this. This is the correct motion. Now, what I spoke about with the irons is you want to get the feeling as you start the downswing with the irons of getting the hands moving into the top left box, and it's the blend of both of those. However, this is the big thing that's going to change slightly with the driver. The one thing that we don't want to do with driver, okay, is we don't want to move the body differently. So what I mean by this is that yes, the ball position will change, but we don't want to try and hit the driver where we encourage ourselves to stand up so we can hit up on the ball. That's not what we want to do. What we want to do is we still want to move this way. So I still want to move my chest down towards my bottom lead box. However, I would suggest we need width with driver, okay, which basically means we don't want to obviously come down too steep because we're going to hit more of the tee than the ball. So the one swing thought which will be slightly different is going to be the release on the right hand, which is what I want to talk about. So if I remove these for a moment, the motion of your body is basically going to stay the same with iron and driver. You want to get the feeling of being very downward. However, with the driver, what I would probably encourage, and this works really well with golfers, is as you're getting this feeling of moving your upper body down towards your lead side, I want you to simultaneously allow your trail arm to release. Now, what I mean by that is just straighten, okay? Now, if you allow your trail arm to straighten, what tends to happen to golfers is two things. One, this is going to give me width. So see the way as I allow this to straighten, the way the club head moves away from me, this will help me hit up on the ball. But the second thing it does as well is it helps golfers control the club face. So all of a sudden people feel like as they're sort of turning down and through, they can simultaneously allow this arm to straighten, and the club face is going to be easier to meet on the back of the ball. And that's what you want to do. To be able to correctly learn how to stay down and turn with the driver, the rotation is the same as with the iron. You want to swing up to the top, you want to start with this chest move, but what you want to do slightly different with the driver to help you hit up on it is get more of a conscious of allowing this trail arm to release, or if you like straighten, because that will help you hit up on the golf ball. And all of a sudden you practice both of those motions, then you're going to have a really good chance of being able to turn and stay down. So don't sacrifice your body rotation, that's really key, but allow this arm to straighten with the driver to help you out a little bit more. See you soon.